what really bothered me, other than anything else, is like, here it is, you're recognizing, there's a recording industry. And at this point, we know that streaming is the number one way that people are listening to music, not radio, certainly not actual physical sales. And nothing streams more than hip hop. And they still felt like the best rap album. How is that still a category that is a non-televised category? I think it's another instance of just a cultural blind spot that these folks have. It wasn't a fact that they did acknowledge any black artists that night on stage, but there were plenty that got their due. But how is it, of all the categories that you gave away on stage, how do you not show basically the biggest category in American music? How is that a pre-show Grammy still? I think that's really disrespectful, and somebody in one of those rooms needs to call the Grammys out on that. No one's going to care what I say, but maybe there's somebody who will listen to this and hear me and understand, like, if you're really about acknowledging what's going on in the recording industry right now, like, if it weren't for hip hop, these streaming services would all be in a bad way. So that's just the real.
That's a fact. They kept using, and they still.
It boils down to it's the same way in politics. Until all the boomers step aside and let some more youthful individuals take position, what we're gonna keep running into, and it's gonna be that way clear across the board on the big platform things that we watch and have paid attention to our whole lives.
They still do.
It just goes back to
cutaways. They do cutaways of Jay-Z. You always see Jay-Z on a cutaway, Beyonce on a cutaway, Meg Thee Stallion on a cutaway. But to his point, to Jay Moore's point about from a televised standpoint, it's like, okay, so we're not going to put this up there. We're not going to show Nas and all these people. We still showing cutaways of Jay-Z every 5 minutes. Like this over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
Every rap category, the way the record industry is eating off of rap and hip hop, every one of them needs to be televised. That's if you really worried about ratings and making sure you can take this further in the next few years, then you need to make sure that Nas, if he gets an award, he needs to be on stage and during the televised part of the show. I mean, like I said, that's where those cultural blind spots come up.
100%. I'm with y'all on that,
at
man.
This point, at this point, it ain't even a blind spot. It's a blatant disrespect.
Issue.
Yeah.
And it's just
I'm
not
with y'all on that, man.
The numbers should tell you. Even if you are not culturally aware, the analytics should let you know that, okay, if we get an opportunity to have. We need to televise all hip hop and rap categories. I don't care what it is. I don't care who's nominated. This is what's driving our industry right now.
Televise that WAP performance, I'll tell you that much.
They definitely gonna televise that. They definitely gonna televise that. That's gonna be on there.
If you've enjoyed this segment of the New Old Heads podcast, make sure to join our live show every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/newoldheads. And we invite you to join our hip hop community on Discord. Access it by going to newoldheads.com/community for talks on hip hop, sports, music, news, and everything else.